As indicated earlier, I'm going to ask a visitor from Germany, Hans-Werner Schuster, as a trade unionist and a member of the Dusseldorf SDP Labour Commission, to make a few brief remarks. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to make...
Comrades, it's a long time ago that I went to school and my English is very bad. Huh? German's easy. I wish to invite you, and I wish to invite you for next year in May 11 in Strasbourg. There we will make a great meeting, a meeting for the rupture with European Union. Something about me. I'm the president of the Workers' Commission of the SPD in Dusseldorf. And I can say that the speakers before, they are right. And I say something about 2016. On May 28, 2016, we held an international meeting in Paris as an expression of the international solidarity of the workers and peoples of the old continent, and we declared we support the British workers who will vote to leave the European Union in the referendum on June 23. And we said, with their vote for the Brexit, the British workers will also vote for a new future liberated from austerity and anti-social policies throughout the continent, acting in the name and interests of the exploited and oppressed of all the countries of Europe. I am also a member of the European Liaison Committee for Workers, or for a Europe of Workers. We are working for another internationalist meeting, as I said, in Strasbourg. And we decided to hold this new meeting when we met for a European Workers' Conference in May this year. I invite you, comrades, to participate in this meeting 6 weeks after the Brexit date and 2 weeks before the election to this so-called Parliament of the European Union. Come to Strasbourg. We are witnessing all over Europe a massive campaign to give the British working class the responsibility under the pretext of Brexit for the destroying jobs in the context of the looming massive crisis in Germany and other countries. The EU Commission and governments, but no less several leaders of the organizations that invoke the labor movement, for example, Francis O'Grady and Rainer Hoffmann, chairman of the German Union. They are doing everything they can to violate the vote. The violation of democratic votes, that is what they have practiced in the European Union. Twice, the Norwegian people refused to join the European Community and the European Union. In 1992, the Danish people rejected the Maastricht Treaty, and they was converted to the Treaty of Amsterdam in 1998. On July 5th in 2015, the Greek people voted against the dictates of the Troika, a vote that was brutally disregarded. And let us remember that on June 12, 2008, the Irish people, 53% of them, rejected the Treaty of Lisbon. After a massive campaign and under the pressure of the 2008 crisis, the vote was taken again on October 29 with a known result. Now the game with the border through Ireland is taking place. Is there is there not a simple solution to the border confusion? A solution that meets the interests of the workers and respects the rights of the peoples? A solution within the framework of the European Union is unthinkable. This is the so-called migrant crisis and how the governments and institutions of the EU dealt with this. They difference between legitimate refugees and such that are not legitimate and send them back to their countries. For the heads of state and government who met in Brussels in June 24, the difference is clear. Merkel, Macron, and what they all called, beyond certain nuances, have a common position: away with the migrants. The same consensus had led the EU and its institutions under the leadership of US imperialism to take part for 3 decades in the war operations in Libya, Iraq, Syria, Africa, to send troops to plunder natural resources, to give the multinationals power to appropriate the wealth and condemn the peoples to extreme poverty as a result of the imperialist plunder. This Europe is not our Europe. The workers' movement must open its arms to the oppressed brothers from other continents and countries and declare to the class of speculators, oppressors, exploiters, there is only one united working class beyond the seas, from North to Africa, from the Middle East to Portugal. It is the task of the working class to enforce the solutions that are in the interest of the workers. You are invited to attend the international meeting on May 11 in Strasbourg, the seat of the so-called Parliament of the European Union, where all those are meeting. They say, this Europe is not our Europe. Repeal the European treaties and directives for a Europe of workers and democracy, down with war and exploitation, for the free unification of peoples and workers throughout Europe. This is also the answer of the miserable game of Ireland's borders. I wish your struggle for the defense of the vote of the June 23 success. It is a struggle in the name and in the interests of the exploited and oppressed of all the countries of Europe. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Hans-Werner.